Hi everyone. I can see we've got a few people joining us, just starting to come through now. Thank you very much for joining us this evening. Hello. We've got some hellos coming in the chat already. Feel free to say hello in there and tell us where you are dialing in from. It'd be lovely to find out where everyone is joining us from around the country, around the world. We've had some international attendees as well, which is very exciting. So yes, hello everybody. I'm Claire from Colt Pens. Welcome to our workshop this evening, which will be led by Jess, who is Jessica Smith Illustration, for anyone who would like to look Jess up on social media. Jess is going to be guiding us on some brilliant Christmas decorations, just to get us all feeling very festive, if we're not already. And Jess is going to be using the new STABILO free markers. They are brilliant, and Jess is going to be decorating some ceramic, some glass and some plastic decorations, and hopefully you've all seen in the invitations that if you don't have those, you can use anything you've got to hand. Some jam jars, vases. The markers will work on almost anything, so you can just have a play around, or you can just go for some old-fashioned paper, copying some of the design ideas that Jess is going to do. So before I get started, as usual, a bit of housekeeping points to highlight. So I think the session's going to last about an hour. And maybe a bit longer depending on how many questions we get as we go through, so please make yourself comfy. The session is being recorded and we will make the recording available probably going to be early next week at this point, so bear with us, but we'll share it all with you as soon as it's ready. So if you do miss anything, you will have a chance to have another look, and also if you do miss something and you'd like just to repeat that, please pop it in the chat and we'll ask. All cameras and sound are switched off the duration of the session, but if you do have any questions, use the chat function. So hopefully you're starting in there already, but it's just below, and there's also a Q&A bit as well. Either part is fine. I'll be keeping an eye on that, and Banya from STABILO is on hand as well. So we both try and answer all your questions, and we will gently interrupt Jess as we go through if we can. Try not to be too annoying. We might also have time for a bit of questions at the end, and we'll try and make sure we've covered everything off before we close the webinar. So if everybody is sitting comfortably and feeling ready, I'm going to hand over to Jess if you're ready. Let me just do a bit of camera jiggery and say hello. And Jess, if you'd like to start by telling us a little bit about yourself and where your passion for art and illustration comes from, I think that'll be a great start.
Perfect. Hi everyone, thank you so much for joining. I'm Jess. I'm an illustrator and designer. I currently live in Bath in the UK, and I've been a freelance illustrator for about 4 or 5 years now. But yes, today we are going to be using the STABILO free markers, which you can see kind of on both cameras. But we're going to be using these ones. So this is the pack that they come in, but you can also buy them individually as well. So you can kind of buy the colours that you want as you want them. I'm going to be doing lots of bright, colourful, fun illustrations on these decorations today, because that is the kind of thing. You can probably see some of my work in the background. I love sort of bright, bold colours. And I'm really excited to put those on some decorations, and I have got a few to show you that I've done in advance, just in case we don't get a finished one today, but I'm hoping that we will. But yes, these pens, they literally can be used on anything. They're an acrylic marker. The ones we're using today, they come in 3 different sizes. So we've got the skinny one, which is really good for like little details and adding in like smaller things that you can't get with the bigger pens. And it's got quite a fine tip as well. So I'll show you how we can use those. Then we've also got the medium size, which is more like a bullet tip. And that's the one that's got the most colours in. I think it's got about 20 colours in the range. And then the largest one we've got is a chisel tip, which is great for like lines that you want to have the same width all the way along and colouring in large areas, because it is such a large nib. But yes, we are going to be using them today on ceramic, plastic, glass, and I think that's it actually. But you can use them really well on canvas as well, so they're great for tote bags. you know, if you're maybe giving someone presents this year, you could decorate a tote bag and give all their presents in that. But yeah, because they're acrylic, they dry and they won't budge, and you can heat set them to make them even more permanent. So Claire, I'm going to ask you to pin my facing down camera if you don't mind, and then I can show you some things. Thank you.
Okay, all good.
And I'm going to turn that one off so you don't get my horrible concentration face. Okay, so I'm going to show you a couple of things that I did in advance, just to kind of give you an idea of the sort of things you can do. So this is a plastic bauble. It's a fillable bauble. You can fill with like confetti, glitter, that kind of thing. And then on the outside, I have used the free pens to decorate with some fun flowers. And I think it's quite nice doing something that's a little bit different. It doesn't always have to be hugely Christmassy. That will still look really nice on the tree. And then this one is a little gingerbread house that I did on a slate decoration. And I just did this one to show you how good the colour payoff is. So that's over a really dark background. And this has got a couple of coats and then some details layering over the top. So as you can see, the colours are great. And yeah, even with just one like cover or one layer, the coverage is really, really good. But I wanted to make it really bold and show you exactly just how much it can cover. But we are going to be using today, I want to show you, we're going to do this one. So this is a just like ceramic again, but white obviously, so the colours will go on a lot more easy and we won't do as many layers. We are going to do this little glass jar, which is, it's kind of like, I wanted to include something that you might have like lying around the house. So yeah, it could be great for putting a little tea light in. I actually got this and tried to fit a tea light in, but it doesn't actually fit. But you know, you get the idea. Household objects can be decorated really well as well. And this is glass, so that's another good surface I'm going to show you. But we are going to start with this little.
Sorry to interrupt. Question already.
Right.
If you're using on glass, do you need to bake it, or can you bake it in the oven?
You don't need to bake. Do is, because it's acrylic, it dries pretty sturdy already. It doesn't just wipe off like with your hands. But what you can do is you could put like a coating over, like a, not like a primer, but like maybe a spray that would make it
like a varnish.
Yeah, like a varnish. Yeah. To make it more permanent. But because it is acrylic, it's not, they're weatherproof, so they don't just, they don't streak. I'm just reading you, I've got the chat open now. They don't streak, and you can layers, so like they won't just run off, they'll dry solid.
Brilliant.
I guess.
Brilliant.
Perfect. So
and are there any metallics? Another question as well.
Not at the moment, I don't think. It might be something that they're bringing out in the future.
I'm sure that will come.
I would have thought so. But the colours, they're like just the colours I've got here. I'll just collect them up. Like the colours they have are amazing. There's such a huge range, and this is only a very, very few of them. I've got a lot of other ones next to me. But yeah, they're, compared to their competitor brands, their colour range is huge. So that's a definite plus. And I would have thought they would make metallic in the future. I'm going to be decorating this little table name holder. And I'm going to be doing like a Merry Christmas in the middle and then some like foliage around the outside. So you'll see how easy these go on as well. So as you can see, I don't know how easy that is to see on this white background, but they do go on really, really nicely.
And what nib size have you used for that one?
So this was the middle size. This is the, where is the size on this? Is it 2 to 3? Yeah, 2 to 3 millimeters. So that's the middle one. And then the smaller one is 1 to 2 millimeter. But yeah, I think the 2 to 3 is kind of like a good all-rounder. You can do most things with it. I'll show you the fine one actually, so you can just see. So as you can see, it's a much finer line. Great for little details. And I used the small one to add in all the details on this. So all the like little lines and dots. As you can see, the colours they're so vibrant, and there would be like no need to do any other layers or go over them at all. Can you remove the acrylic after it's dried? Yeah, you can on surfaces like glass or this perspex or plastic. You just need some hot soapy water and you can scrub it off. But it won't come off like if it was splashed with water, it wouldn't just run off, which is great if you're doing like signage for outside and things like that.
Jess, you're making that look really easy.
But to be fair, they are really, really easy to use. It's just they go on so nicely. And they are quite forgiving because they take a little while to dry. They don't take too long. But if you do go wrong, you can just wipe it off, which is nice.
And I'm assuming they're going to layer really
nicely
they layer
as
well.
Yeah, I'm going to try and hopefully it's going to dry before I finish so I can show you how they layer. But yeah, they do. They layer really, really nicely.
And a good question on blending. Do you be able to blend the colours?
Yeah, you definitely could. While they're still wet, obviously. The only thing to be careful of there is transferring the colours between the nibs. You kind of want to keep them. So I guess you could use a paintbrush, or maybe, I'm trying to think what other kind of thing you could use to blend it, like a sponge or something like that. But yeah, the only thing is just to...
A cotton wool bud?
Yeah, definitely. Anything like that would be really good. Just so you don't get the colours going.
Keep it away from the nib, I guess.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
But no, definitely blendable.
And how long do they take to dry, would you say?
Well, these ones that I've done while we've been on here are already dry.
Oh, wow. Okay, that is really quick.
Not long at all. Obviously, if you're doing on other surfaces like a fabric, that would take longer. But on here, like this white flower here, I think I could already go on top of it. They don't take a huge amount of time to dry on like plastic or glass. It's the more like porous materials that take longer. It's still not a huge amount. It's not hours. It's more like probably like 15-20 minutes. Is anyone following along and doing anything on their own objects? I'd love to know what objects you guys are using, if you are. I'll just show you how these...
I think there's a bit of watching and seeing what the products can do going on.
Yeah.
We've only had these available for a little while, actually.
Oh, really?
Yeah, so they're relatively new.
Yeah.
How long? You've only had them for a little bit to
I have, yeah.
Haven't you?
But they're great, really, really good. Really like them. As you can, you can't quite. Yeah, you can see. They do layer really lovely.
You can see that.
I'm going to get a darker background in a minute and then you'll be able to see properly. Yeah, they would be great for doing something like this for your Christmas table, or, you know, if you've got friends coming round, just as like a little decoration. It just adds a bit of fun.
It's definitely got an award shape to it.
Yeah, it does.
Thinking as a little team award would work quite well. Little trophy.
Yeah, Christmas games.
Yes, when they get quite competitive.
The winner of charades.
Love it.
Put something darker behind it just so you can see it properly. So there you go. You can see like the colour payoff is really, really good.
I love the shadow from the glass as well.
It's nice, isn't it?
Yeah, it's really good.
Really nice. So yeah, if you were drawing on a window, you get really lovely shadows coming through when the sun is on it. And yeah, it's just really nice. And the colour's great, so bright, so vibrant. as you saw, it goes on really, really easily. I'm going to leave that there in case I need it. Right, next I'm going to show you how it goes on ceramics. So I'm going to be using the big bullet or chisel tip for this one, just to show you how quickly you can cover a surface. And as you can see, the colours are so vibrant again. I should have put this ribbon on after, really.
You were so pleased with the ribbon edition as well.
I was
It
like,
does look lovely.
Very pretty. And I didn't even think. But yeah, as you can see, unlike the grey slate one, I'll only need one layer for this.
That's going down really well, isn't it?
It's just
bright.
Yeah, it's so vibrant. Someone's asked, are all my illustrations hand drawn? So I do a mixture. I do a mixture of hand drawn. I paint a lot, and I also use digital as well. So these are great for using in my hand drawn stuff. And I do a lot of window displays. I'm actually doing a Christmas window display tomorrow. So I'm going to be using these on the glass. So that'll be really, really interesting to see how they do.
What, you're using the markers in the display?
I am, yeah. I'm going to use the white one. Yeah. I'm doing like a big ice skating scene. So I'm going to see how.
Wow. Are you allowed to tell us where, or is it top secret?
Oh, it's in Bath. So it's in Bath City Centre. It's for their Bath on Ice. This year,
if there's anyone in Bath, you'll be able to go and have a look, or visiting Bath.
You can.
Christmas market and all that.
Yeah, exactly. So yeah, I'm going to see how they do. I'm assuming they're going to be perfect. But like you can, it covered so easily, so quickly. It's great. And I'm also going to do, while I'm here, I'm going to let that one dry for a minute. And I'm going to do the star. I actually think I've got a big pink one.
And for anyone that does want to, oh, that's lovely, get hold of the decorations. Where did you get your raw materials from?
They're actually from Hobbycraft.
Okay.
They have like a huge range of stuff, and it's really affordable. So if you want to do it with kids or just for yourself, you don't have to fork out a huge amount. Also, you can just use, like I said, you can just use stuff that is around the house. You can use jars, you can use, you know, old bottles. It doesn't have to be really fancy.
Yeah, it's lovely for decorations. I think it's also lovely as gifts when you've made something. You put that effort
definitely.
in. Such a nice thing.
And they dry so flat as well. It's really, really nice. Just looks like a solid colour. Someone said when they get some metallic, I'll certainly get some, all about the shiny. I think they're metallic. If they did a metallic range, it would be amazing.
Yeah, I think these are just hot off the press, so I'm sure there will be more to come in the range.
Yeah, definitely.
It's just such solid colour, isn't it? It's really,
it really is, yeah.
yeah, to see as you're doing it. It's going down so well.
Yeah, and obviously because the background's white, you don't need to layer, there's no fuss. Sorry if this sound is grating on anyone.
Quite enjoy it.
It makes me wonder why traditional acrylic paint can't be as opaque. Yeah, I agree. I don't work with acrylic paint. I find it really difficult, but stuff like this makes me really enjoy it. But obviously it's very different to traditional acrylic paint.
And that yellow,
yeah,
is really solid.
Yeah, and yellows just aren't.
Yeah,
they never are.
Oh, how much ink is in there? Someone's just asked how long they last and how much color they've got in, which I think is about how much ink is in the pen. I'll try and find out if you just had that question from someone in chat.
Yeah, only because I haven't had them for a huge amount of time, but I've used them quite a lot, and I've used similar pens in the past, which I assume they're the same size, so I'm assuming the same amount of ink.
Yeah,
and they last a really long time. Like, I've done multiple huge windows with the same pen, and it's like lasted. So I think that's pretty good for such a small pen. I'm so annoyed I put this ribbon on. So as you can see with that one, they are just so bright, so vibrant. I'm just going to quickly show you. Actually, I haven't shown you this, but when you first take them out, they are like this. So the colour of they don't have the colour in the nib of the pen. So you have to shake. I think they say shake for 30 seconds, and I have shook most of these. And then you have to like pump the nib, and then the ink will slowly go into the nib, and I'll show you what happens. So as you can see, the ink is really slowly coming down, and that's how they all arrive. But you only have to do this for the first time, and then the ink stays there.
Just getting the ink into the nib, basically.
Yeah.
And we're just trying to find out how much ink is in each pen, by the way. If we don't manage to find out before the end of the workshop, I will share that. We will find it, and I will share that information with everybody who's registered. So you'll get that as part of the follow-up. So we haven't forgotten. And that's dried really quickly.
Really
You're laying down quite a decent amount of ink there to do the blue over the top.
Yeah, definitely. So yeah, it dries really, really quick on ceramic, much quicker than it does on glass or plastic. I'm going to do the Christmas tree now. So this will all be layering, so you'll be able to see how it layers up.
I'm enjoying that noise.
Are you? I'm glad.
It might just be me, but it's a good thing.
I don't mind it, but I do know it is one of those noises that someone said it's therapeutic. I'm glad.
Definitely. And again, you've made that look very simple, very easy. It's very effective.
It is really, yeah, like, and the white shows up really like easily, which is rare sometimes. White often struggles to go over colours. And it's really, really good.
You don't get any issues with streaking. I mean, you've got some fine lines there, but when you're layering,
No,
you don't have that at all.
not at all. And the fine liners are definitely harder because I don't know, I think they must have a harder nib. So they are a bit harder to layer if it's not quite dry. But they don't take long to dry, so it's really not an issue. And no, it doesn't streak. Even lighter colours over dark colours. I've forgotten about that row. So with this one, you can really see how fine you can make the lines because it is such a fine point.
Someone suggesting food decoration, not with these, obviously, but they do look very like it's almost like a coloured icing. The effect you're getting on the tree is amazing.
Yeah. Yeah, it would make a nice little biscuit, wouldn't it?
Definitely a very festive cookie going on there.
So there's that little decoration.
That's fantastic. And the little white dots giving you the 3D bauble.
Yeah.
Again, it's really simple, but so
yeah.
effective.
They work really, really well. I'm going to show you. Now this is more kind of like stuff you would have kind of laying around the house. I think I'm going to do, actually, you know, I might actually show you how the big ones are really good for this kind of thing. So the big ones I find are really good for getting a really even line, kind of like the same width all the way around. I haven't made it the easiest for myself by picking a jar that has edges. But as you can see, it keeps a really not like the same width of line all the way around, which is, it's quite hard to get with like a round tip pen. Oh, sorry. Made you all dizzy.
We're just losing you. Don't interrupt your line off the corner of the camera.
Oh yeah,
There we
sorry.
go. I don't want to, sorry,
Concentrate.
I've made you judder now.
No, not at all. Forgot where my hands were, I was concentrating. I just wanted to show you how you could just decorate like a little glass jar and it looks really cute, and you could put, like I said, tea lights, your pencils, paintbrushes if you're an artist as well. Little like dried flowers would look really cute.
That's fabulous.
I am going to try and do another line and hopefully not ruin it.
Did you have the other thing you showed me the other day was, I don't want to interrupt your lines.
That's right.
Was you had some shoes.
Yes, I will have them.
You don't have to do it now.
That's right, no, they're just fine. So
I think this might blow everyone's minds a little bit. They're rather fabulous.
I did a workshop with these pens the other day and we did trainers. And this was the outcome, which is obviously very fun.
That's fab.
The other one, yes, two very cool, fun trainers. So yeah, you can use them on leather. They work great on leather, really, really good. I didn't need to layer anything. The colours were amazing.
I think, sorry, you can possibly hear me typing. Just Vanya's also, see if she wants to, she might show her trainers off as well.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, here we go. I think she's going to, whilst let you concentrate on your jar, and I will just see if I can switch. over. I think, Vanya, you have to switch your camera on. There she is. Hang on 1 minute. Let me just
Oh yeah.
over for a second. There we go. This is Vanya from STABILO, everyone who's hiding away behind the
I'm hiding
trainers.
behind my trainers.
But just to show you some other decoration, which is rather fabulous.
But they're great. Like if
Oh, I love the bees.
yeah, and like if your kids want fun shoes, they're just a really good way to.
Yeah.
That's brilliant.
No.
And Vanya, this was the first time I think you'd used these, wasn't it?
Jess did these for me. I've worn these
Ah.
on numerous occasions now. And every time I wear them, people are always commenting on them.
I'm not
I
surprised.
do try and take credit for it.
I love the idea that there's sort of the decoration doesn't match. So you have actually got essentially odd shoes. But yeah, I love that.
Why not?
Yeah, they're just all just slightly different. But I love them. Yeah, absolutely love my trainers. Right, you can turn me off now.
All right, I'm switching back over. Thank you for joining to do that.
So yeah, I'll stop there with that one because that took me way longer than it should have. But like they're really easy just to decorate something really simply as well. And that would be great. I mean, you could store your pens in it. Little pen jar.
I think the tea light idea is very cute.
Yeah, the tea. If I'd have picked a jar that fitted a tea light in it,
it's exactly the sort of thing I would do.
I would.
The wrong shape and realise at the end.
Yeah, I was so happy with myself and thought, oh, it's gonna be great. Didn't even fit. Okay, last one I think I'm gonna do is, so it's another glass one. This is like a little LED globe, snow globe with no snow.
Oh, that's great.
I'm gonna do some little houses and I'm gonna put this back on the dark background again so that you can see a bit better, hopefully.
Actually, someone's commented about decorating furniture.
Yeah,
it would. You could use this.
Yeah, 100%.
Yeah, and you were saying fabrics, but also wood obviously would be
Wood, yeah,
okay.
or metal.
And where do you get your lovely light box from? The
light.
The thing you're using, your snow
Oh, this is from Hobbycraft as well.
Great.
So yeah, you can grab any of these things, including my little jar that doesn't fit anything in it. Just going to do a couple of houses on here or else it will take me hours.
It's one of those things that I guess once you start, you could keep going and adding as well.
Yeah, definitely.
Yes, that's lovely. You could do the whole street, couldn't you?
You could, yeah.
Houses all the way around.
Yeah, definitely. I won't though, don't worry.
It's all right. You're doing okay. It was 10 to 7.
Okay,
So
perfect.
we've got an eye on time, but I think we're doing well.
We have covered most of the materials, which is good.
And Jess, if anyone wanted to get some design ideas, they're perhaps not as creative as you are with your houses, would it be a good idea to have a look at your website? I know you've got various things on there and cards.
Yeah, definitely.
Inspiration.
Yeah, 100%. There's loads of stuff on my website or my Instagram. And if not that, then Pinterest is really great. There's so much on there, so much inspiration. But yeah, definitely have a look if you do want to do something like this. I think I'm going to stop there for that one, or I could just go on.
We're going to be watching you colour for some time.
Yeah, exactly.
It is very relaxing doing that.
And then it would look like that. I can't swear this is a little light. I guess in the dark it would look a bit.
It would look fab. You know, that would work really well for Halloween as well.
Yeah, definitely.
Halloween things.
Definitely. So yeah, I can lay out some bits that we did, so you can have a look. I dropped the red on that. Let's just put that out there. But yeah, just a little idea of the kind of things. There's my little jar you can do. They are great, really, really good for anyone that's creative, or, you know, they're really easy to use, even if you're not hugely creative. Someone said you can get a lot done quickly. Yeah, you can, just because they are so simple to use, really, really easy, really quick, very user friendly. But yeah, if anyone has any questions, then we've got a little bit left of the session.
Thank you. I hope everyone's watching and getting inspired and feeling festive.
I hope so too.
Yeah, I think we're at the 2nd of December, so it's the time to start thinking about it. And certainly if you're going to be creating your own, then it's the time to start, isn't it? Especially if, like me, you're likely to make a few mistakes, want to have a couple of goes.
Just cover it up, it's fine.
Manage it. Yeah, definitely. Yeah. Well, thank you so much. I'm a little bit enamoured with the Christmas tree in particular. Just the layers on it, and the little white dot that makes the baubles 3D. Just gives them that sense of 3D.
I think I might go and stick it on my Christmas tree.
Yeah, that's fantastic. So thank you very much.
You're so welcome.
That's been amazing. And we were actually just saying before we started, we've just got the Christmas tree at Colt Pen's head office today, so we're all a little bit giddy. We haven't decorated it yet, but I'm wondering if perhaps we could get the team to do some of these and do our own decorations, see if we can fit that in before Christmas. But that's fantastic. Yeah, I'm also definitely going to have a go at the jam. Always keep jam jars, so definitely going to have a little go at that with the tea lights. I think that would be fantastic. So if anyone does have a go, so we would love to see your creations. If you've been having a go this evening, or if you're going to go off and investigate and have a play, and we would love to see those. We've shared some of the links to products and to Jess's website as well in the chat. I'll share all of those afterwards when we've got the video ready. Just give us a couple of days and it should be ready probably Monday, I would think. But we would love to see those. If you share them on social media, if you do create anything and you take a photo and you're happy to share, and we'd encourage you to share, then use the hashtag ColtPensCreative and we'll share those with Jess as well. You can find Jess on social. It's Jessica Smith Illustration with a little underscore in between, in case you don't come across it straight away, but I'm pretty sure everyone will, won't they?
Thank you.
So we've recorded the session, as I've said, so you can go back over anything, and it should be shared on social. You'll all get it on email, but we'll share it on our social channels as well early next week. So this is the end of the session for now, and I'll be closing the webinar shortly. I will just check that we've answered all your questions and covered everything. So if there's anything else, put a question into chat or into the Q&A. But thank you very much, Jess, for sharing your expertise with us.
Welcome.
And sharing the lovely pens, because they look amazing. And thank you everyone for joining us. We hope you enjoyed the session, and we hope to see you all soon. And yet again, I think I'm allowed to say Merry Christmas, which is very exciting. So thanks everybody, and we'll see you soon. Take care.